My name is Rhapsody, welcome back to Slay the Spire's Daily Challenge for the 29th of May 2020. The character is the Ironclad. The modifiers are specialized, diverse, and deadly events. Really depends on what our starting card is as to how this run is going to go, so let's check it out. Oh. Okay. I like it. I don't love it. It's okay. It's fine. Actually, I'm souring on it now. Actually, it's awful. Just gonna continue changing my opinion consistently. Well, inconsistently, by definition at least. Alright, what do we have? Cleave, a little bit AoE. I am worried about how much we have in the deck of attacks and not defense. That's not the Hexaghost. Actually checking for the Hexaghost. That's right, you can teach an old dog new tricks, eventually. Alright. Should have the kill this turn pretty easily. Yep. Sash Whip. I love an auto shields here. With the auto shields and a Sash Whip, we have like a really good defensive suite for a Ironclad. I'll defend once. Probably should have used the second Sash Whip, but for the defend, not that it matters. Heavy Blade, Sucker Punch, Tranquility. We already have a lot of weakness in this deck. I don't need a Sucker Punch in order to provide more of that. Deadly Events. Question mark rooms can now contain elites, but they're also more likely to contain question mark rooms. So, like, I've got one question mark upcoming, and then I got two more question marks in between elites later. I do need big hits, but these aren't they. Two Sash Whip upgrades are very helpful. Obviously, I'm looking for a big hit here. Did not find it. This might be a strike cut. Do not love that. So we're definitely going to want to wait for a bash for a setup here. Looks like we're looking for a bash opening then. At least we do get weakness on him. Can I have an auto shields? Hey, thank you. There's not enough defense left in this deck to actually perfect this fight at all. Should use the attacks first. Yeah, stack a bunch of weakness. Fine. I mean, Bash is turning up at the right times. I gotta say that. Very appreciative of when the Bash is turning up. Could have been a little earlier in the first cycle, but that's about it. Wow, we're just gonna be short. I'll take the 13 rather than try my luck with the colorless potion. Whetstone, upon pick up, upgrade 2 random attacks in your deck. Skewer is really good here for helping us take out some elites. Yeah, Bash got the upgrade, but that's fine. We'll give Skewer the other upgrade manually, and then probably an auto shields next. We have enough saturation of weak in the deck that enemies are pretty much always weak. Okay, Cleave plus 1 hit kills that frontliner. There we go. Okay, never mind. With the weakness and auto shields, maybe we can actually still make this work. I'm taking about 6 damage here anyway. Quick Slash does a little bit more damage for us. Xabeko, your first attack each combat deals 8 additional damage. I would love to get my... let's remove another strike, I think. I'd love to get my Skewer hit with that. Keep him weak. And if I have no defense in hand, may as well just go for the same and then Skewer this turn for the kill. Got him. Strike Dummy. Cards containing strike deal 3 additional damage. I just removed a lot of strikes from my deck. Oops. Couldn't have known it was coming up. Infinite Blades. Infinite Blades just means that every single Sash Whip will be active for me. which is sounds good to me. Okay, I'm gonna save my Xabeko charge for either cleave or a skewer to instantly kill a target. There's cleave. Okay. You need all 30. Fine. Gonna have to get a kill this turn. That's not gonna do it. Fine, I'll double defend. Oh god, we really still haven't found the identity of this deck at all. And it's gonna be really hard to because of the diverse mod as well. Okay, Regal Pillow, whenever you rest, and additional. Sure, I'll take Cloak and Dagger. Maybe we're a Shiv deck somehow. Whenever you rest, heal an additional 15 HP, that is. Yeah, I'm probably killing next turn. Odds on, yeah. Odds on that I got the skewer there. Or better defense. Predator is a really good hit here as well. I'm just picking good cards right now, which is starting to become a problem. Waiting for cleave. Still double defend. Waiting for cleave is a bad idea, as it turns out. Who'd have known? Who'd have thunk it? Alright, both of them are very close to lethal, and I know I have a cleave left in the deck. Hey, bottom card of the deck. Of course, if I'm gonna wait for it, it's gonna be the bottom card. Let's take a backflip. It's a decent pickup right there. I feel like we probably need more defensive options still. But we also need more AoE for the next floor. I'm gonna upgrade the cleave. I can't pass up that damage just waiting for... What's that? Yeah, I can't pass up that damage just waiting for a skewer, but hopefully we get it this turn. No skewer, but it could have been a lot worse. Unfortunately, skewer is also now not a kill on either of these. So I can make sure that neither of them manages to damage me here. Okay. Okay, with that cleave, we actually might be able to do a lot more with this turn than I necessarily thought we were going to be able to. Great. I thought then, you know, 3 of them were going to attack and I wasn't going to have cleave. If I didn't have cleave, obviously, that was just about to be a really bad time. So we managed to perfect the first boss. Hyper Beam, because we're not putting orbs in this deck and we need more AoE. I didn't want to take rares, but Hyper Beam addresses a lot of the problems that I have at the moment. Dex Potion is probably more impactful for... yikes. We need extra energy consistently here. I'll take the Sursu. Dex Potion is probably more impactful for keeping perfects for us. Bunch of early question marks and then an elite. There's also a very early shop here, which we might need to still get more powerful, because good lord, is this run not that yet? Okay. Let's go Sash Whip, Cloak and Dagger, Shiv. Quick slash, just in case that was a defend. Not that I necessarily would have played the defend, but it gives me more options at the time, at least. Re-upgraded prepared. No, shrug it off is pretty much a lot of the things that I've wanted for a while. There's a Chemical X for our Skewer. Skewer is now a much larger part of the deck. Increasing the density of defense in this deck is actually now just a case of removing the worst attacks. Upgrade all strikes and defense. I mean, specifically just for the fact that it upgrades all of those defense. Worth. Extremely worth. Love this combat early. Let's go for a cleave. Shiv. Double sash whip. Shrug, I guess. And we take 2 damage there, and then possibly lethal this turn. Actually, you know what? We don't need to go for it even. Just defend naturally. We got Hyper Beam. Red Mask at the start of combat, apply 1 weak to all enemies. That potion does nothing for us. Well-laid plans? Yeah. It's very good for our elite fights, at least. The potion does nothing for us is courtesy of the Sozu that I already have. I couldn't have even collected it. Liquid Memories? Take another backflip. Liquid Memories, though? No, I can't even take it again. Right. Literally just said it. Let's get the Hyper Beam upgrade. 100% necessary. 100% going to be the first one I focus on as well. Well, see, the Skewer right now is so much damage. But then I can't play the Sash Whip after it. It's too much damage to turn down. Fine. Predator still left in this deck somewhere as well. And I should be able to pretty handily get the kill this turn. Got him. Paper Frog. Enemies with Vulnerable take 75% more damage rather than 25%. Consecrate doesn't look awful right there. Energy is a problem for us right now, sure. Can't take the Snack Oil. Hey, another elite combat. Love it. I'm gonna use 2 backflips here. Probably just looking for... Skewer is a delete a target from the field right now. Yeah, 18 by 3 is enough to remove the backliner. So I can keep perfect in this fight. There's Hyper Beam. I mean, Hyper Beam defend Shrug It Off is already good. Sucks to see the cleave there, but this should be fine. Let's go auto shields, bash, consecrate. And I'll just take the 9 right now. Yep, easy. Good, we actually got to perfect that one. Crescendo is actually really good here, especially because it retains. We can just wait until the right turn for it. Only ever play it if it's about to be the finisher. Nunchaku, every 10th attack you play. Want another shot? Sure. Every 10th attack you play gives you an extra energy. Very good for us. I'll upgrade the Crescendo so that if I happen to use it on, like, oh, I don't know, the most obvious turn is a Skewer turn, it doesn't cost an energy of our Skewer's effect in order to trigger. That'll do. Reckless Charge. It's pretty upgraded. I am getting to my draw pile a couple times over, though. So, I don't think I want any of those, to be honest. Oh, God. I wish I could take both of these. Start out each elite combat with 2 strength. It's significantly less valuable than a preserved insect already having damaged the enemies as they come into the fight. I'll take a wallop there. If I had the money, I'd also take a 3rd eye, but the wallop synergizes with how the deck is running at the moment already. Great opening turn. 1, 2. I'm making sure that the Nunchaku goes off on my first attack. Reinforced Body, specifically with the Chemical X in the deck, is insane. Big fan of pairing those two together. Take a Sweeping Beam pre-upgraded. A little bit more AoE. The deck is still lacking a little bit of that. Well-laid plans, being able to hold 2 things is also really good here. I think that's going to be important enough to keep it for the boss fight. I wish I could just open up aggressive here. Can I? Shadow. I'm losing my Sash Whip there. Sorry, my Consecrate there. If I play this fight naturally, I never perfect it, right? Is that the case? That's not necessarily the case. Reinforced Body played for 1 is 21 block. It's not enough. So if I play the Predator and then Reinforced Body, I can full block here. Keep the Crescendo. You're still weak for the next turn. Sorry, vulnerable for the next turn. Okay, so Skewer would be 30 damage 6 times, 180. With this strength potion, that's enough for lethal. Great. Never mind, we did manage to perfect it. Fiend Fire? I mean, especially with the well-laid plans and the extra draw, it's not an awful idea. Snecko Eye. Fiend Fire with Snecko Eye is way better now. Also, importantly, Snecko Eye is not going to interrupt any of our Chemical X effects. Draws us extra cards per turn. We have a Predator and a Hyper Beam that are very good with it, as well as a Wallop, a Fiend Fire that wants more cards in hand. A lot of these things, I don't really care if they change their cost, because I'll just play the ones that don't have their cost changed in my hand. It's great. Absolutely great. I always like a position of having a Snecko Eye and an Energy Relic, because it means you can play a 2 and a 2 if you absolutely have to. Okay, there's a path with a lot of question marks. No early shot, though. A little bit of a concern of mine. Okay. So let's start out with those 2, and then a Skewer on you, and then a Fiend Fire on you. I'm just trying to roughly deal the damage evenly here, so that when I draw my Hyper Beam, I can kill everyone at the same time. Oh, look, it's my Hyper Beam. Bye. No. None of those really make sense for the deck at this point. Okay, I'll shrug it off. Consecrate, Sash Whip, Sash Whip. Don't manage to perfectly save myself there. Obviously, the Crescendo's upgrade is no longer useful. Tantrum is huge here. Another great way to get into... is it still good enough? No, if we could play the Wallop afterwards, it would be, but we can't. We have other sources of AoE in the deck, and that's what we're going to be... there we go. Speaking of that's what we're going to be relying on, that's what we are doing on that turn. Kill. Dupe Potion? Not bad. None of those with the Snecko Eye, though. I turned down Curses ages ago when I took the Omori, but I also really haven't found opportunities to pick them up anyway, so I don't really feel too bad about it. Great. Start out with a Hyper Beam. And then I'm just going to go for the defense, frankly. I'll keep Crescendo Sweeping Beam, I guess. That was just a bad hand roll. And Crescendo and Fiendfire. For the almost kill. Yep. Yep, that was bad. I miscounted. I was like, yeah, we've got this kill. And then we didn't have the kill. And then I looked bad at the game. To be fair, I look that way because I am that way. I'm going to take a Piercing Wail still. Well, all I was doing there was raising the stakes. Yeah, that's what I was doing. I was specifically trying to make it so the game is a little bit more competitive here. Now, if you'd like to... There we go. See, now that's a good roll. Hang on. Get with that one. There we go. So the Nunchaku are ready. Streamline's not great there. Randomizes cost every draw. As much as I would love to throw a Tantrum Hyper Beam out this turn, I feel like taking a bunch of damage is also probably not a great idea. Let's keep the Hyper Beam and I guess the Tantrum. Tantrum Fiendfire? Okay. Let's go Bash, Piercing. We'll shrug it off out there as well, and Sash Whip. And there's my Skewer. Good to see you, bud. Play anything else I can before for free, and then... All of my enemies are always weak. I'll take a heal hook. Upgrade all cards you can no longer heal. I don't think upgrading all of our cards is actually that impactful for us. Heal to full health and gain a Relic in Doubt. Next time I get to a rest site, the Regal Pillow already saved me. Let me go for the boss. Rare Relic could be pretty important here. Ice Cream. Energy is now conserved between turns. And an Equilibrium. Equilibrium's actually a trap here, isn't it? Yeah, it's a bad idea. Let me get rid of the Golden Idol for full heal there so that I can upgrade a card to stop instead. Get a well-laid plans in the opening hand. Gotta love that. A little less valuable with the Snecko Eye still, but not entirely without value. Fine. I've already broken the seal on getting the Paupers here, so I might as well take an offering. Fiendfire wants more damage, because it really hasn't been enough. Because we haven't really got, like, a strength source in the deck as well. So, a huge part of where it would pick its damage up from. So, currently this is... 18 times 5 is just short of 100? Singing Ball, when it enters your main deck, you may raise your max HP by 2 instead. Which, especially considering all of those cards, I will actually exercise my right to do. Didn't actually want to draw the Skewer right now. Got my kill at least. Thank you, Paper Frog, for contributing significantly to that. Fine. Just setting myself up for an emptying of the hand in preparation for something like a hyper beam. No on all of those as well. Final question mark, and it is another elite. Great. Love to see it. If I'm ever going to play a hyper beam, it's going to be right now. Let's go infinite blades. Hyper beam. I feel like being in Wrath is such a bait here. But I also feel extremely compelled to do it. For good reason, as it turns out. Stone Calendar, as well as... who's the final boss? Dono and Decker. Does Conclude really matter in that fight at all? I'll take the Entrench, specifically because we have the Dex Potion. So it seems like it'll be more impactful. And... let's upgrade the Reinforced Body, I think. If we can perfect this fight, I'm going to be amazed. Just feels like we don't have the pieces we'd want for it. So if I weaken you, you're going to go down to 7. So I'm actually going to take damage this turn with that. Let's go strike. Sash Whip. Another Sash Whip. Even Auto Shields doesn't full protect us right now. Piercing Wail also wouldn't, only if I played Piercing Wail and the Auto Shields, but if I didn't use an initial Sash Whip to remove the artifact from the enemy, I wouldn't have even been able to use the Piercing Wail. So yeah, this just isn't happening. That's fine. Kind of expected it. Retain these two, sure. Okay, Reinforced Body at the end of this turn is already enough for us. I think I'm actually going to focus on Decker first. I very, very rarely do this. So Reinforced Body only has to be cast with 1 energy left at the end of the turn. I can over-defend pretty ridiculously this turn. Final Equilibrium. Great. This just leaves us a really good Fiendfire hand for this turn. Just in case we decide to do that. If we happen to decide to do that, that is. Let's consecrate and Sweeping Beam. Guess I'll keep the Fiendfire and the Offering here. I was looking for the ability to get into... yeah, there you go. Get into Wrath. And then I should just be able to kill next turn. Yeah. So no perfect against this boss. Was expecting that pretty much the entire time. I did try and address the defense problem, but... yeah, you can only address it so far when you start out with 5 extra cards. That said, I was also, like, leaning towards aggression, definitely. Was that 1,100? Yeah, 1,102. Not awful, not awful. I don't think there was any opportunity on that run to get curses. I'm very glad that I strayed away from it. I mean, we never even saw a curse after getting the Omamori. We saw 1, 2, 3 possibilities, right? One of them was a... two of them were Writhing Masses, but one of them was the Mind Bloom event, but instead of that, we got the Ice Cream. Honestly, I feel good that I got those 2 perfects. Specifically, the first one, with the way the deck was going, and the slime boss, pretty easy. The collector, less so. Significantly less so. 7th. About 103 points behind Burst. Makes sense. Not a bad run overall, I don't think. For the moment, my name is Rhapsody. The name of the game has been Slay the Spire. Hopefully you've been enjoying yourselves. There's a playlist in the description down below with all of my contents on this game, past, present, and future. And hopefully we'll see you next time.